Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Lilybeth Valles. Voters are set to head to the polls during the next few days as we inch closer to the November 5th election. We've been highlighting all of our local races and talking to our local candidates. Today's spotlight race is that of the Midland City Council at-large positions. Joining us in the studio is City Councilman at-large Eric Davidson, who is vying for one of the two at-large positions on the ballot. Mr. Davidson, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Lilybeth.
Let's jump right in, okay? So why are you seeking to be re-elected in the Midland City Council at-large seat?
Yeah, so I'm seeking for re-election because there's still a lot of work to be done. On the 6 months that I've been on City Council, I've helped bring back millions of dollars into the general fund. I've taken the time to comb through 100-page documents and 100-page contracts to make sure that there's nothing that's going to be potentially bad for the citizens of Midland. And I've approved a new tax rate and budget that's going to be able to fully fund and staff our first responder force. I'm running for re-election because I want to continue being a servant leader for this community. I have a heart for everyone here in Midland, and I ultimately care about the decisions not only being made today, but being made for the next generation of Midlanders.
With your experience so far, I understand you've been here for 6 months so far. What have you learned about Midland?
When I think about what all I've learned about Midland, ultimately it comes down to Midland cares. Midland is filled with people that want to pour back into this community. It's filled with foundations that want to give back. And that's when looking as a city councilman and looking as a leader of this community, we need to work to make sure those relationships are strong. We need to rebuild relationships that have been fractured here over the last few years. Because ultimately we are better as one Midland that's unified, and one Midland that wants to move forward in the same direction.
Since you've held your position, what do you see as the biggest challenges the city of Midland is currently facing, and how do you plan to address them?
Yeah, as I mentioned, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. There's been previous councils that have kicked some of those big issues down the road, like our firefighter pension fund. These are tough problems that we need to work through solutions on. Other issues that we see is our road infrastructure, being able to fully staff our first responders and work with our police force. When I think of roads, this is a public safety issue. This is something that we need to address. We aren't doing a good enough job, and we need to own the fact that we aren't. This could potentially be something as putting clauses in place when we do have road construction, that you are incentivized to finish early. And then if you run into constant delays, that there's going to be repercussions from that. And this is simply just called good business.
We're talking about the skill sets that people will bring in. Can we talk about your skill set so far as a councilman member at large?
So when I think about my skill set, I'm an engineer, I'm a hydrogeologist, senior director at my organization. I've built a career out of solving problems. I've built a career out of being able to roll out solutions to problems and execute on that. And I brought that same skill set to the city council. When I think about what I'm currently doing on city council, I'm the one that's taking the time to read 100-page contracts, taking the time to delve into some of the complex issues that we're facing here as a city. It's something that I do in my private life, in the private sector, and it's that same approach that I brought to city council that I feel like has caused a full collaboration when it comes to the city of being able to create solutions to problems we face.
It sounds like a lot of homework that you're taking home as well. And another question that I have for you is, what unfinished projects or initiatives from your current term would you prioritize if re-elected?
So when I think about unfinished projects, I'm on the city's 100-year water planning. So being able to actually create a treatment solution for our groundwater sources, being able to tie into our Fort Stockton water assets and create a new 50, 100-year water solution for all citizens here in Midland. I think about the firefighter pension fund. This is something that's been kicked down the road time and time again. We have a comprehensive solution that we've proposed. This is something that we've been working on for the last 3 months, and we've provided a solution that addresses all their needs and some of the wants. And I want to see that get to the finish line. And then lastly, I think about our police force, our first responders, being able to fully staff our police force. put great initiatives in place when it comes to Vision Zero, when it comes to monitoring our most dangerous intersections. But we need to make sure that we're fully supporting our police force, that we're giving them all the tools necessary to succeed.
And I want to give you the opportunity to mention anything you want Midlanders to know about you, anything you want them to know that you want to focus on if reelected.
So I want to focus on continuing to be a servant leader. When I think about leadership, ultimately it comes back to we're leaders in place for the citizens of Midland. I'm humbled by the fact that I was voted to represent all Midlanders, that I'm running once again to be a voice for all of Midlanders. It is something that I do not take lightly. I've focused since my time on City Council to listen first, to seek first to understand, to ask the tough questions, not just to be a strong voice that's going to criticize, but someone that's actually going to search for a solution and think through every aspect on the council. And I promise to continue doing that. And if reelected, I can promise all of Midlanders that that will be my biggest priority.
And I want to expand on that as a councilman at large. The significance of that. What does that mean? What does that entail?
It entails being a representative for everybody here in Midland. I don't have just one district. My focus isn't on the district that I live in. It's focused on what impacts, what decisions are we making, and how's that going to affect everyone in Midland, down to the single person that lives on the complete opposite side of me. I have a family here in town. I fully understand that this isn't the city council's money. This is the taxpayers' money. This is all of our money. So we need to make sure that we're putting things in place that are benefiting everybody here in Midland. That's not just benefiting a set few. And that's been the biggest priority since I've been on council, and will continue to be a priority.
And as you seek re-election, what accomplishments from your most recent term are you most proud of?
When I think about biggest accomplishments, I think about voting to approve a budget that's going to fully fund and staff our first responders. But not only voting to approve a budget, but voting to approve a tax decrease for the citizens of Midland. Working with the city to come up with solutions to bring back millions of dollars from our airport. This is money that we're no longer going to have to subsidize from the airport, and that money is going to be able to increase further projects that we have at our air and spaceport. And then also being able to find potential issues in our water contracts. I'm a hydrogeologist. That's something that I enjoy, being able to comb through these contracts, see what potential clauses are in place and what we can do to address them. That's experience that I've pulled from my engineering background of being able to solve tough problems day in and day out. That's a promise I made to Midland whenever I first got elected, and that's a promise I will continue to make, that I will put in the time and I will work as a servant leader here, investing myself to make sure that I'm solving tough issues here in town.
Now let's say the city of Midland re-elects you as a city council member at large. What is your day one action item?
So my day one action item would be continuing on the things that we already have in place. As I mentioned, I feel that we are very close to the finish line when it comes to our fireman pension fund, that we are continuing to meet with them. And that is something that I want to get accomplished on day one, but more than that, I want to get accomplished before the New Year's, before this election even happens. When I think about day one, I think about what infrastructure projects can we put in place? How can we maintain our current road system that we have in place? And then how do we need to continue planning for the future? And when I think about day one, it is ultimately going back to the people of Midland who have elected me. And like I said, it's been an extremely humbling experience. But what is it that they're most passionate about? What is it that all of Midland needs? And fully reassess that, making sure that I'm fully aligned with everybody here in Midland.
And for our viewers out there, how can the city of Midland reach out to you and contact you if they have any questions or concerns?
Yes, so I have my email address through the city of Midland, edavidson@midlandtexas.gov. I also have my phone numbers listed online in different areas. And I have social media. I have Facebook, I have Instagram that people can reach out to. There's multiple avenues of ways to reach out. I have people that send me letters in the mail as well. But I'll check my letters. I still get the newspaper, so if you want to leave a comment in the newspaper as well, I'm going to be reading it every day. And so it's one of those, there's multiple avenues to be able to contact me. I've been very transparent throughout this entire process. As someone reaches out to me, I work hard to answer their questions and get back to them. I don't want to ignore anybody here in Midland. I've been focused on making sure that I'm actively communicating with everybody here in this community, and we'll continue to do the same once we're elected.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today, City Councilman at Large, Eric Davidson, everybody. And as we approach elections, I do want to remind you that this is the opportunity to make your voice be heard. Coming this election day, we will be bringing you live coverage all day this November 5th. For the latest news and updates and stories like this one around your community, be sure to log on to newswest9.com. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Nice and easy.